So Samsung just announced the new Galaxy S25 series at Galaxy Unpacked. As usual, there are 3 new smartphones: the Galaxy S25, the S25 Plus, and the S25 Ultra. So no word yet about the rumored S25 Slim model. And this year we only get some minor design and hardware changes, most of which can be seen on the S25 Ultra, because primary focus again remains on introducing new and improved Galaxy AI features. So looking at the design, the glass and the frame is now sharp flat across all S25 models, leaving out any round side bezels. And there is also a slightly updated camera design featuring blacked out thicker-shaped camera rings, which now align more with the design of Galaxy Z Fold 6, and they do look more premium now. Other than that, you won't notice any other changes here until we look at the main star of the show, the Galaxy S25 Ultra, which has gotten slimmer, rounder, and better looking. The biggest visible change is definitely the rounded corners, which we last saw on the S21 Ultra before transitioning to the more rectangular-shaped Galaxy Note design. The S25 Ultra now really looks more refined and closer to the regular S-series phones. The improved ergonomics do bring a better feeling in the hand, and I got used to it so quick that it already felt like my own, so I will definitely be upgrading. And these rounding changes come without compromising the screen area, as S25 Ultra still maintains the more squared looking geometry with sharply rounded corners. And the screen size has actually increased, now being 0.1 inch bigger, thanks to the slimmer titanium frame and bezels, which are now evenly sized on all sides. All in all, bumping the screen to body ratio to 91.4%. The anti-reflective screen is still there, now with upgraded Corning Gorilla Armor 2, promising around 30% better impact resistance. All the colors this year are nature inspired. The regular S25 series come in 4 different colors, and while there is no black color this time around, I really like the sleek and mystical looking dark blue. The S25 Ultra also comes in 4 titanium colors, but unlike the regular S25 models, the titanium frame on the Ultra is light colored across all color variants, even on the darker black variant. And since I will be upgrading my S23 Ultra, let me know in the comments section which color do you think I should go for. But in case you want a more exotic look or you just want to make it more personal, there are some third-party cases to make you stand out, even by placing your phone in a giant croc shoe. But ever since I discovered Pitaka cases, they have been my go-to brand, made from aramid fiber and having lots of different designs and patterns to choose from. And the interesting part is that Samsung also offers first-party magnetic cases, which will enable you to use Qi2 wireless charging compatible accessories. And this means that sadly, there is no built-in magnetic Qi2 wireless charging, meaning that you won't be able to attach something like a magnetic Qi2 power bank directly to the phone without a special case. And this was one of the features I was looking forward to the most, ever since I reviewed all the cool Qi2 enabled base-use docks and power banks. And while recently Qi2 was a rarity among Android phones, OnePlus 13 already has it. With all the rumors, I was expecting Samsung to be there too, but I guess only time will tell. Anyhow, all of the Pitaka phone cases have built-in magnets by default, so if you don't like extra bulk, then you can go as slim as possible while using Qi2 wireless charging like it was meant to be. Now onto the hardware. There is a huge boost in performance thanks to the new 3nm chip, Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy, which is now cooled by a bigger vapor chamber with a size increase up to 40% on the S25 Ultra. And for all S25 models, we now have 12GB of RAM as standard, and increasing the RAM baseline now seems to be more common practice among manufacturers, probably meant for all those on-device AI operations. So, while the 3nm chip has brought greater efficiency, the battery size still remains unchanged across S25 series. While I know that Samsung is surely preparing something soon, I think that the 6000 mAh barrier that other Chinese phone makers are pushing with their flagship phones is something to go by. And that silicon carbon technology should bring a lot of advantages, especially when having less space with the built-in S Pen. When talking about the S Pen, it has lost some functionality this year, as it no longer has Bluetooth, which means that you won't be able to use air gestures and some remote control features, so this might seriously upset some power users which love the extended functionality of S Pen. And Samsung says that this decision was made according to user feedback, where people were rarely using this. But S25 is a phone for power users, so maybe it's just for cutting the cost here. The camera sensors in S25 series mostly remain unchanged, with again the exception of S25 Ultra, which now has an upgraded 50 megapixel sensor for the ultra-wide camera camera, and that is a huge upgrade from the previous 12 megapixel one, bringing much more detailed still shots and a better ultra-wide video quality as well. And with the camera hardware remaining largely unchanged, we have a lot of improvements on the software side, and if we have learned anything from Google Pixel phones, image processing does make a huge difference in the final result, even while using the same image sensors. So now, there is the new Pro Visual Engine for image processing, which allows capturing more detailed photos and better performance in low-light videos, reducing motion blur and noise on moving subjects, and the AI-powered object recognition engine has gotten better as well, with the ability to recognize human subjects and the surrounding lighting, which brings improvements to portrait photos and captures more natural-looking skin tones. And there are a lot of new things regarding AI video processing, as the option to create your filters from other photos now extends to videos as well. There is now a powerful AI audio eraser that can recognize human speech and easily remove background noise, which could be pretty useful when you're not using a dedicated microphone. And the Pro Video mode now gets a useful feature, the ability to shoot log video, which is very useful for content creators in post-production color grading, and some color editing can also be performed straight from the device. I really can't wait to test all these new camera features when I receive my device, so stay tuned. So let's talk about AI. Google Gemini keeps evolving together with Samsung, and it is still the AI assistant for all your needs. And there are some UI tweaks, and it has gotten smarter and better with helping you achieve more, with its new multimodal capabilities and deeper integration across apps. And it is also more on-screen context aware now. You can open Gemini on top of a YouTube video and perform an action on it, like you can ask it to summarize the video and add a summary directly to your Notes app, and even have the output ready in a different language. Or maybe you are preparing for this year's IFA, so you can just ask it to look up the event dates and automatically add them to your calendar. So lots of cool things you can do by just making a query with your voice, and I am pretty sure that over time Gemini will even get broader app and context support, making sky the limit on what you can do. And software-wise, one of the other major upgrades we get on the S25 series this year comes in the form of Android 15 with One UI 7. And while the One UI 7 beta has been available on the S24 series for a while now, many new features have arrived with the S25 series, mainly focusing on ease of use and deeper AI integration across the system. On the lock screen, you get the Now bar, which displays relevant information depending on an ongoing activity. Whether it is music player, a timer, a workout, or a charging indicator, this pill-shaped approach seems to be seen somewhere already. And now there is also an AI-powered Now brief, which is your own personalized feed with all the important information summarized by an AI engine. It will use your health and fitness data, calendar entries, emails, location, and even habits to display you suggestions, reminders, or actions based on that. Sounds creepy, right? For example, if you have a meeting planned somewhere, then it will determine when you have to leave based on time and traffic data. And some of this sounds familiar, because more than a decade ago there was Google Now, which was also a feed with scrollable cards that displayed valuable summarized info from across your Google apps. So I kind of see this coming back stronger with the help of AI. And then there are also upgraded modes and routines that will track your habits and also analyze data from SmartThings to learn what devices need to be turned off when you're leaving your home, or what apps to open when you're in a car. And since all this requires machine learning and collected data over time, I'm curious to see what it can do once I get my own device. And I know that a lot of you may be shaking your head when it comes to privacy, because this is all driven by your personal data, so there is always a toggle in the settings to only use on-device processing. So there you have it, the Galaxy S25 series with all the important upgrades, features and improvements in a single video. And I think I will have to make a separate video on One UI 7 with all the new changes, so stay tuned for the full review and don't forget to subscribe. So, see you in the next video.